Hello, everyone out there. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today, I wanted to bring you a video on this Super 7 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figure. This is Bebop. I did manage to get a couple of these Super 7 figures on sale, I think, right before the holidays. At places like Entertainment Earth were having these for around 30 bucks each. I managed to get a couple. I ended up getting like three of them from Entertainment Earth for like $90 total for three, so about 30 bucks a pop. And then Amazon had a couple of them on sale as well. So for me, 30 bucks a pop for these figures is definitely something I can justify. I think originally they were around 50. That may have been a bit too much. But in this case, let's start off with a Bebop here. This is the cardboard container, which I've already taken the figure out of here. It comes again, awesome job by the Super 7 folks. I think they do a great job with the packaging. I think the turtles were all the same except in green. And I love the embossing here of the Bebop face. You see the name down there. Right here, you get the Awesome Ninja Turtles logo. And then once you open this up, is the back of the figure. And there you could see a bit of a brief on the figure itself. Super 7 Nickelodeon. Really cool. I love this background. I love like this teal and blue color they picked for Bebop. And here's the actual figure. As you guys can see, I still haven't taken this thing out. First impressions, this thing is massive. I remember having the original back from the 90s, and I thought that was a pretty big figure. This thing looks huge, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to get into these. I had seen other reviews and other folks mention the size of this thing, and it is indeed a pretty big figure. So we are going to take it out of the box, and then we'll come back. Okay, guys, so Bebop, you guys could see him there in all his glory. I took him out of the box. Things you get with him is this weapons rack, which I guess it's meant to emulate what used to come with the older toys. In this case, he gets a trash can lid, this drill gun type thing, and a knife. So I usually just put these in a baggie and put them away. I don't use them. You get alternate hands other than the ones he has where he can actually hold items in his hands. You get this fist essentially that you can pull these out and replace them. And then the main thing, the figure came with this extra head, which I do like, but I'm not too crazy about the pink color that they've added to this. But it's really cool that they give you this alternate head to sort of put on the guy if that's something you wanted to use. Now, as far as the figure himself, let's start off with the things I feel they could perhaps could have done a little better. The main thing being is these hands that are technically supposed to hold weapons. They're pretty freaking stiff. So I would recommend that perhaps you run these in warm water to get the weapons in. At least mine were very stiff and hard to get into. Um, so that's one thing. The other thing is these weapons, at least the loose ones that you get to use with the figure, they are nicely painted. You guys can see some nice silver there on the tip of the drill gun there. Same thing here with the knife, right? It's got like a black handle and like a dark gray hilt, and then the blade itself, it's like a nicely painted silver. They are really nice. I do feel, however, that they're a little undersized. As you could see, they don't fit very well in all the way in the hand. They almost seem like because the figure is such a pretty hefty size that these weapons may be a bit undersized for the figure. So that's another one. And then my main thing, it's also the legs on this guy. At least this leg, anyway, on mine is a little loose. So him being so substantial, you have to play around with him to stand so that he doesn't quite take a dive every once in a while. But that would be pretty much the gist of my complaints there. Overall, I think onto the things that actually I like about this figure is the heft. The size of this thing is just awesome. I used to have the original figures, and in comparison to this, they were pretty small. Granted, that was a long time ago, but I think they've done a great job on sort of grabbing the original toy and just blowing up the size. I think it's awesome. The other cool thing is obviously this being newer figures, newer toys, they actually have joints in the elbows here, right? I believe the older toys didn't have joints here. They only had shoulder joints. So it's cool that if you would like to pose these, you have those additional options there on the elbow here and also on the hands. So you can not just you can't turn them around this way, but then you can also they are jointed, so you can bend them if need be. There, you guys can see. The cool thing, continuing with that aspect, is obviously the legs move. The knee joints are a little tight on mine. I'm assuming it's because they're new, but I rather tight joints than the loose ones like on the waist here. That's a little loose by the legs. And you also get joints on the ankles here, which is pretty, again, cool from a postability standpoint. You could essentially, move this back and forth. As I said, mine are a little stiff, and you can also sort of rotate the ankle. So again, that's pretty cool that they were able to sort of modernize the articulation aspect of this toy. Again, I love the size of this thing. It's awesome. So I'm glad to be able to add this to the collection. The face sculpt, as I showed you earlier, is pretty much the same as this one. They're both the same. It's just different colors. I prefer the brown one here. I think it fits in a little better with the rest of the body being the same color. But yeah, the head sculpt itself is awesome. I love the glasses there, the color on the lenses, the nose ring. Definitely Bebop, with the mohawk there and the ponytail. This is soft rubber. So yeah, really cool. Another bad thing, I guess, or a thing that I wish I could have done better, to get this head off this body took a lot of force. Eventually got it out, but then to get the other head back in, again, took a lot of force and strength. I didn't want to break it too much. I think it's all the way in, but just something I wanted to sort of note. But I am happy with this figure. I'm glad I got it, and I'm glad I was able to add him to the collection. I think the overall size for me kind of justifies the some of the shortcomings, and also I think the fact that I got him on sale helps soften some of that blow. But for me, this is definitely I think a good figure to add to my collection. As far as size comparisons, I did take out a couple of things here, random figures. But just to give you a good idea, if you're into different lines like me, here he is next to Earthrise Optimus Prime. So you guys can see the size. Granted, I know whole different property and size and toy or whatever. But there you go. There's Optimus Prime and Bebop. Next would be, hey, here's a Masterpiece Trax. Again, I know a whole completely different line, but just wanted to show the heft on this big guy here. This is Trax. This is a Masterpiece toy from the Transformers line, but there you go. Nothing to do with Ninja Turtles there. The next comparison, let's do some turtle stuff. So here he is next to, this is NECA. This is more of the animated type figure toys, but you could see obviously he dwarves there, Donatello there. But again, just want to show that. We'll move Donatello out of the way. Here's Donatello again, but this is a reissue of the original toy that I got a couple of years ago. But again, the original Bebop toy from this line was bigger than the Turtles, but in this case, this guy's humongous. So again, just wanted to show the size there. There's Donatello. Here's Mikey, again NECA, but this time the movie toy line. So there you go. So you could see the size difference there, and even though they're different styles, I think that scale could definitely work because Bebop was always bigger than the Turtles. So that's again something you could do. The next one is here's a toy from, I guess, a similar line. Metalhead from Super 7 Ultimates. Again, same line, but just wanted to show the difference in size there, so you guys could get a good feel for how massive Bebop is. And here he is too, next to Leo from, again, same line, the Ultimate Super 7 line. And you guys could definitely see here the size comparison and the heft. This Bebop is pretty freaking huge. So we'll move him out of the way. And then, you know what? Let's compare him lastly to something again, not in the same line. Here he is next to King from Storm Collectibles. Uh, he's a little taller than King. This guy is Bebop. So again, just want to show there for scale next to King from Storm Collectibles. And again, another one. Here he is next to Zangief from Street Fighter. Again, this is Storm Collectibles figure, but just wanted to show there, in case anyone was interested from a size perspective, what these two look like next to each other. But overall, I'm really happy with this figure. I think it came out great. It does have shortcomings. I think if I would have paid, I think these originally retailed for around $50. I would have been a bit more apprehensive, and I was initially about getting them. As I said, I only got this figure recently because it was on sale, I think, for like $30. So at that point I was able to sort of justify a little more on my end to say, you know what, I really should get those figures. But again, just want to show it. I'm really happy with it. I think from my end, it's definitely a worthwhile figure to add to my collection. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully, if you got something out of this, it'd be great. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. As always, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day and be nice to each other. And I will see you next time.